So I've actually been pretty excited to make this video, as I feel like I've come across an art type that's seen absolutely zero testing and zero experimentation with when combined with the brand new Sherry skill, which has surprised me quite a bit, considering I feel like there is a ton of synergy here that needs to be explored, and hopefully once you've seen this video, you'll understand why. So here's today's deck list. But before I get into the deck list, apparently 50% of people watching this aren't even subscribed to the channel. So if you guys are enjoying this kind of content, or you're new around here and you think you want to see some more videos from me in the future, please do leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel down below. Alright, let's jump into this deck list. So today's deck list is obviously going to be S-Force. So why exactly are you playing these two art types together? Well, basically, pretty similar to why I play Evil Eye with a brand new skill, this deck list has a field spell, and not just any field spell, a field spell that can search. So, basically, we have Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon can pop your field spell to search for your Necrovalley. That's the main upside. But additionally, because the field spell searches, Ancient Fairy Dragon can special summon the monster you search from the field spell, which in this art type is really goddamn good, because innately, because of just how the combo works, you have this card in your hand already. So, searching for a copy of Edge Razor means you can special summon Edge Razor, which is effect can special summon level 2. So you get 2 free additional special summons just off your field spell with Ancient Fairy Dragon. It makes for a really insane combo that ends on some giant Synchro monsters like your Stardust Warrior or your Clearwing Synchro Dragon. You can also play things like your Ruddy Rose Dragon or any other level 10 or any other level 7s. These are just the two that I chose from, but this deck can build basically any field that you like. It just looks really goddamn cool once you see it in action. Now unfortunately, I will admit there is a small downside to playing this deck list, and that is its consistency going first is a little bit lower than I would like it to be. Typically when you're going first in Duel Links, you want to have like an 85% or higher consistency of opening your starter combo, but in this deck, it feels more like it's a 70-ish%, meaning 3 out of your 10 games going first at least is probably going to be a brick, which feels pretty goddamn bad. I've included 3 copies of your trade-in to try to fix this problem a little bit, considering if you ever open, or if you don't open your starter, but you open a whole bunch of high-level monsters, trade-in just gets rid of those, draws a couple of cards, and hopefully then you will have a functioning hand. But still, it's going over 20 to do that, so it doesn't even help that much. It can feel a little bit bricky, especially considering your Ancient Fairy Dragon's about to be limited to 1, so you can't play your Terraforming, you can't play your Reinforcement of the Army, or at least you can for a couple of weeks, but you won't be able to in a little bit. So it can feel a little bit bricky at times. That realistically only affects going first, and like I said, it only affects like 3 out of your 10 matches, and going second, there's no real bricks in this art type considering your skill by itself can crack fields. Literally by itself, you'll see that during the replays, so it doesn't brick too much going second, but going first, it has a little bit of a consistency issue, but it's still way more consistent than it's inconsistent, leading to definitely a really strong functional deck list. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the deck list portion of the video. I don't want to spend any time talking about the Fleur cards, as you've probably seen them a billion times already, considering I've done like 3 videos on the Fleur stuff already, and you've already seen the S-Force cards. They're a very old art type now, so let's just jump into some gameplay showcasing what this art type can do. Alright, let's jump into these replays. So today I've got 6 replays to share with you guys, all of which were gathered from inside of Kia Games, and I really enjoyed gathering these replays, so I'm hoping you guys are going to enjoy watching them, as some of them are some really fun matches, so let's check it out. Alright, so this first one, I believe, doesn't actually use any of the S-Force cards, it just shows off just how stupid Fleur can be going second, so yeah. I did want to show off most of the S-Force games, but this one was too good to not save it. It's just too stupid showing what S-Force can do. This new skill is bonkers.
Do it.
It's just pretty funny to think about. Any of the S-Force art type, or any of the S-Force variants, can do exactly what happens in this replay. So this like absurd field. This guy's also playing the new skill, by the way. Making a Dream Mirror functional. That's when you know a skill has to be strong, when it makes an art type like Dream Mirror actually playable. Alright, so we'll fast forward a little bit as he takes a little while to set up his field, as he sets up a pretty insane field, especially for S-Force. So he's got his Crystal Wing, he gates for his Formula Synchron, and he also ends on a copy of the Fusion Monster, which I think is a Monster Negate. Well, that card art is way too messy. You can barely see what's going on. Alright, so activating my skill, going to go straight into a Mistbird Clausolas. This card can then obviously try and negate a monster on the field, which forces out Disruption already. Alright, so he's going to negate the Summon of the Tuner from my deck, which I guess is a play. I feel like he should be just negating the actual Synchro monster that I try to summon, but anyway, each to his own. Alright, Clausolas going to force out the Clear Wing, so now he's got absolutely no disruption left until he uses his formula, which he used instantly. Makes a Stardust Warrior, and that's the only card I have to deal with left. So, reviving his Clear Wing, so now I have the negate. Alright, popping 2 cards in the field, and he's actually dead on the field just to that. Yeah, the stealing of the Crystal Clear Wing is insane. So I basically cracked most of his field without even needing a normal summon, just of going into the Clausolas right at the start of the game, which just felt, yeah, I don't know, this deck has so much potential going second. The only thing that sort of limits it is spaces in your extra deck, because a lot of people want to play the, and I want to play as well, the Fleur monster that can negate spell and trap cards, but it's so hard to fit that in, and fit in Vermillion, and fit in Clausolas. It's sort of a bit of a balance. Alright, so now we should be seeing some S-Force stuff. I don't think you see too much S-Force in this replay. Again, it was just a really banger replay going second, but you do see a little bit of it. It's mostly the final 4 replays, which are mostly S-Force. Alright, so TG player can do a standard TG combo, which you would have seen a billion times now. It's funny to think about this archetype is like fallen off a cliff entirely, despite it being meta like, what, 2 months ago or something? Yeah, how the mighty have fallen. Alright. Setting up his dude and passing over. So first thing we need to do is get rid of that back row, as obviously it's going to be annoying. It was just a lance, so could have been something like a Treacherous or something, so it's definitely worth getting rid of. Necro Fleur summoning another level 8. The only disruption left is this card, so just go into like any Xyz or something to get rid of it. Just make an Evening Star, which forces it out. And now from there we're pretty set to go, because TG has like very little follow-up. Here's Lance here, which doesn't really affect us too much. It actually does affect us quite a bit, because this card likes to banish, so a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Because TG has like no follow-up, so we just search for our trap card. We beat over his monster, swapping out his monster, and then we just return this to hand so we can't search using the spell in graveyard. And yeah, TG has like no follow-up, they can't use their spell card in grave. Alright. So a little bit of S-Force gaming there, but not too much. Now we're actually getting to the real S-Force matches. Because the S4 stuff is mostly here just for going first. I just wanted to show at least a few games going second so you guys can see this deck can play going second. It's not like, because typically with S4s they're mostly a going first deck, so it's nice to see that this variation has some really good going second options. Alright, Luster Blader. Okay, this guy's waiting for the brand new skill that's coming soon. Alright, so here is how your combo works. You're starting off with a normal summon of your Rappa. You can also have your field spell as well. It will still lead to an extremely similar line of play that leads to the same end field. So, Rappa's going to be banishing a S-Force from my hand. Returning it to hand and special summoning out your Gravitino. Gravitino gets a search, grabs the field spell. And field spell grabs your level 4. Ready for later on once we've got the Ancient Fairy Dragon on the field. Puts your tuner, and you've probably seen this stuff before, had to reduce the level so we can actually go into it. Charge Warrior, drawing a card. Necro Synchron, going to be special summoning. Going for your Ancient Fairy Dragon. Now you can pop the field spell, there's the Necrovalley, and here's our special summon. Special summoning the Edge Razor, whose effect goes off, summons level 2, and now we can bring back the Bulb. These two make your Sorrowcat. Sorrowcat can then go with into a Stardust Warrior, revive the Sorrowcat, and make sure it's very important you shuffle back the Charge Warrior, because if this card is removed from the field by your opponent, it can then summon out that Charge Warrior from your extra deck and you get a card draw, so make sure to shuffle back the Charge Warrior with the Samsara's effect. Alright, also additionally, if you happen to have the Trap card here, because you, which I actually do, you can go into your level 7 instantly, or you can leave this card on your field, so you have a bounce from the S-Force Chase, before you go into your Synchro Summon, because this card can Synchro Summon during your opponent's turn. And then we make our Necrovalley and we pass. Alright. So thankfully our opponent doesn't have the big level 8 here that can pop and then pop, because, yeah, that would be really annoying. This card actually can't negate that annoying Fleur's effect. They can pop a card in the field and pop the opponent's. Because this thing only negates if it specifically targets one monster, whereas that thing targets two. And it also doesn't negate them from hand if it's talking about the other effect. So this thing doesn't actually stop it, which is really annoying. So best we can do is at least dodge, because this card can dodge if he tries to target one of these. Alright, Chase going to be bouncing a card. He doesn't even get a revive back because of the Necrovalley. And now I've used the effect, we can go into a copy of our Clearwing. Makes these level 8. He just goes into battle because he doesn't want to Synchro Summon because this will obviously negate it. And from there, yeah, we've got a Razor, Special Summon, and swap it out. Beat over, beat over. Actually, not lethal. I thought I had lethal there, never mind. No, he just decides it's not worth it. Alright. Moving on to Hanoi. Yeah, it does feel pretty weird that the level 8 Fleur, the one that destroys stuff, can't be negated by the level 7 Clearwing. Feels like that's one of the cards that wouldn't negate it, because it's like it is a targeting effect, it is a like, high level monster, but it activates in hand, which avoids the first effect, and it targets 2 cards, whereas Clearwing only negates 1 card. Or it negates if it targets 1 card specifically. Yeah. Alright. So once again doing the exact same combo. Did I start with the field spell this time? No, I did trade in though to try to draw into my combo pieces. It's also important to note, by the way, if you don't have the field spell or this card, if you also have a copy of Edge Razor in combination with the Gravitino, that also works. So let's have a few ways of starting your combo. Alright, Ancient Fairy Dragon, pop in the field spell, special summon the 2 dudes to the field, putting the bulb back on the field, making the Sorrowcat, making the Clearwing. Didn't have the trap card here, so I didn't bother. Honestly, it's probably better to, because I didn't have the trap card, I figured it was better to try to keep, in case he had the level 8 the pops cards, it was better to keep the Stardust Warrior and wait on it, keep just the Sorrowcat in the field to level 7, so if he tries to target the Sorrowcat, I can swap it over, and if he tries to target the Ancient Fairy Dragon, I can swap it over, and I'll always have access to the Charge Warrior, or the Stardust Warrior. I don't know if it might be better to protect this card instead, but it's fine. I think I'm just yapping at this point. Alright, Nightmare Phoenix to get rid of the Necrovalley. He must be a zombie variant. Sorrowcat gonna be swapping over. Now that I know he hasn't got the big boy to annoy me, I'm gonna get my Synchro monster. Alright, he beats over my card because he doesn't want to try to Synchro summon when this thing's on the field. Stealing his monster, swapping it over. Making a Dingirsu, missing lethal here. I think I had lethal on the field there, so we'll ignore that. Yeah, I think I just missed lethal. And that led to, that was actually a big mistake, that missed lethal. This game went on for ages. Now trade in. Mizuki sending a dude to the graveyard, has a zombie world, and my god. It was such a pain in the ass. We popped the zombie world, beat over his cards, but unfortunately this card's still going to keep reviving itself. God, it just stayed alive too. Yeah, because this thing keeps reviving itself and this stupid card exists, my god. Charge Warrior is going to negate, special summoning back. Oh my god, this thing just keeps reviving, and this thing also keeps reviving, so we could not get lethal damage ever. We had to just wait. Painstakingly wait till we top deck into... There's a couple of outs we had, but we're mostly just looking for the level 5 S-Force to tribute summon. Yeah, this card feels so toxic in a 20 card game, or a 3 monster zone game. Eventually we got there. Alright, up next, final 2. I think at least one of these is going second, I think. Not this one, though.
Duel.
Alright, so fairly breaking hand, but thankfully we do have a trade-in. Trade-in, discarding, drawing 2, and we hit a way for the combo to work. The combo just needs... Oh, it has a negate here, which is a little bit annoying. But we did actually just open the Necrovalley, so don't even need to search for it. So instead, make the Charge Warrior, draw a card. Alright, these two make your Clearwing. Reviving back the Bulb. And just passing on that. And not the greatest end field, but hopefully this Necrovalley can carry. Hopefully. Necrovalley is actually so good in the current form, as there's so many people trying to play zombies, so... It's already forcing this guy to pop the Necrovalley rather than popping the Clearwing. I wonder if that was even a misplay for him. There's probably some sort of lethal. We just popped this card and made like a level 8 or something. Makes a slash. Slash is going to be reviving. Alright, these two becoming the Dingirsu, removing my monster. Barely surviving the turn. They can go down to 100 life points. A little bit low. Normal summon, reviving out. These two become Dingirsu. And now we can use our own copy of Fleur, because Dingirsu is actually, this is a cool interaction. This card doesn't actually need to destroy the cards to special summon itself. It special summons itself, then destroys the cards. So, we can summon it, pop the cards on field, even protecting our own from destruction with Ding, and he's just dead. So, cool little interaction there. Alright, final replay. Mr. T0, I quit. Or whatever this guy's name is. Alright. Playing the Gore. I don't think he was playing Goki. I lied, this is going second replay. Or going first replay. Alright, oh I played this game so badly actually. Alright, there's also a little bit of a misplay in here that we'll talk about in a bit. That's actually a bug in some form. We're not sure where the bug is yet, but we'll talk about it in a bit. So swapping over. I'm grabbing your dude. Gravitino searching for the Razor. Alright. Stardust Charge Warrior going to be drawing a card. Necro Synchron going special summoning to the field, grabbing the field spell. Alright, so you'll notice I actually made a mistake here. I'm pretty sure I drew the field spell. I drew the field spell. Somewhere here yeah, I searched for Edge Razor without searching for the field spell. So I was meant to search the field spell, then search for Razor, because obviously if I didn't top deck this, I would have bricked myself. I was just completely, I don't know what I was thinking there. Just didn't search for the right card, but yeah, we just top decked it because we're good at the game anyway. Just draw the card anyway. He needs to play correctly, never punished. Alright, special summoning Bulb, we're going to be putting on the field. Making the Sorrowcat. Making the Charge Warrior, and putting the Sorrowcat back, Necrovalley, and passing. Charge Warrior is like, Stardust Warrior is like nothing in this matchup anyway. Because obviously he doesn't do any like, inherent summoning, whatever it's called. Alright. Invocation, going to be special summoning. Summons the negate for some reason. Genius tries to negate, we have our first negate, and our second negate as well. So you try to target, you try to use a high level monster. Fuse in response, I don't know why. All this stuff gets negated. I don't know where he didn't try to like pop, I don't know why he didn't send the card to the graveyard that pops back row and try to pop the Necrovalley, or at least pop the chase or something. I don't know. Alright, and also, I don't know why I didn't on turn 1 set up a field where I could have used this card. I 100% could have. I just played this game so badly. Alright, Che's going to be trying to remove his monster. Unfortunately, he has a fusion to dodge me. Summons out Construct. Now, here's where the bug occurs, or some sort of, something fishy's going on. I activate my skill, swapping this over for a card from the deck. swing in, and this triggers this card's effect. So this counts as being special summoned despite being put on the field via a skill, which is really funky considering this card can't be destroyed by the Evil Eye monster that destroys special summons when it's summoned via the skill. So for some reason Construct treats it as special summon when it's summoned from the deck or via the skill, but the Evil Eye card doesn't treat it as special summon when summoned via the skill, which makes no sense. It also makes no sense that the Rocket interaction, we have the Rocket link too, that pops cards on field, can pop the Ritual monster from Rocket, summon with the spell card that makes them immune to extra deck summons. Again, it was summoned from the extra deck. It's dumb. There's some sort of bug here. For some reason, some cards are treating this as being special summoned and some are not. Alright, showing the Charge Warrior thing, where if he pops my card, I get my Charge Warrior, draw a card. Thankfully drawn out, and yeah, our opponent's dead on field. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that silly little bug thing. I don't know why some cards are treated as being summoned when they're special summoned from the skills, and some are not. I don't know, it's dumb. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Hope to see you in the next one, and yeah, laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.